Oye, que estamos aquí. Mírame, estamos aquí. Desde hace rato, cuando ustedes llegaron, ya estaban las huellas de nuestros zapatos. Se robaron hasta la comida de gato y todavía se están lamiendo el plato. Bien encabronados con estos ingratos. Hoy le doy duro a los tambores hasta que me acusen de maltrato. Si no entiendes el dato, pues te lo tiro en cumbia, bossa nova, tango o vallenato. A lo calaboy y bambú, bien frontú, con sangre caliente como Timbuktu. Estamos dentro del menú. Tupac se llama Tupac por Tupac Amaru del Perú. América no es solo USA, papá. Esto es desde Tierra del Fuego hasta Canadá. Hay que ser bien bruto, bien hueco. Es como decir que África es solo Marruecos. Estos canallas se les olvidó que el calendario que usan se lo inventaron los mayas con la Valdivia precolombina. Desde hace tiempo, este continente camina, pero ni con toda la marina pueden sacar de la vitrina la peste campesina. Esto va para el capataz de la empresa. El machete no es solo para cortar caña, también es para cortar cabeza.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Los paramilitares, las guerrillas, los hijos del conflicto, las pandillas, las listas negras, los falsos positivos, los periodistas asesinados, los desaparecidos, los narcogobiernos, todos los que robaron, los que se manifiestan y los que se olvidaron, las persecuciones, los golpes de estado, el país en quiebra, los exiliados, el peso devaluado, el tráfico de droga, los carteles, las invasiones, los emigrantes sin papeles, 5 presidentes en 11 días, disparo a quemarropa por parte de la policía, más de 100 años de tortura, la nova trova cantando en plena dictadura. Somos la sangre que sopla la presión atmosférica. Gambino, mi hermano, esto sí es América.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerde. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
I got one job, two job, three when I need them. I got 5 roommates in this one studio, but I never really see them. And we all came America trying to get a lap dance from Lady Freedom. But now Lady Liberty is acting like Hillary Banks with a prenup. Man, I was brave, sailing on graves. Don't think I didn't notice those tombstones disguised as waves. I'm no dummy, here's something funny. You could be an immigrant without risking your lives, or crossing these borders with thrifty supplies. All you gotta do is see the world with new eyes.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
It's a hard line when you're an import, baby boy, it's hard times when you ain't sent for it. Races feed the belly of the beast with they pitchforks. Rich chores done by the people that get ignored. Ya se armó, ya se despertaron, it's a whole awakening. La alarma ya sonó hace rato, los que quieren buscan, pero nos apodan como vagos. We're the same ones hustling on every level, ten los datos. Walk a mile in our shoes, abróchense los zapatos. I've been scoping y'all dudes, y'all ain't been working like I do. Why y'all work ya? It hurts ya. You claim I'm stealing jobs, though. Peter Piper claimed he picked them, he just underpaid Pablo. But there ain't a paper trail when you living in the shadows. We America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's a matter of time before the checks all come. But
immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job.
Yeah.
It's America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's America's ghost riders, America's ghost riders, America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's
immigrants, we get the job done.
Immigrants, we don't like that. Nah, they don't play. British Empire strikes back. They're beating us like 808s and hi-hats at our own game of invasion. This ain't Iraq. Who these Fugees? What do they do for me but contribute new dreams, taxes and tool swagger and food to eat? Who they flee war zones, but the problem ain't ours. Even if our bombs landed on them like the Mayflower. Buckingham Palace, a Capitol Hill. Blood of my ancestors had that all built. With an ink you print on your dollar bill. Oil you spill, thin red line on the flag you hoist when you kill. But still we just say, look how far I come. Hindustan, Pakistan to London, to a galaxy far from their ignorance. Cause
immigrants, we get the job done.
Por tierra o por agua, identidad falsa. Brincamos muros o flotamos en balsa. La peleamos como Sandino en Nicaragua. Somos como las plantas que crecen sin agua, sin pasaporte americano, porque la mitad de Gringolandia es terreno mexicano. Hay que ser bien hijo de puta. Nosotros les sembramos el árbol y ellos se comen la fruta. Somos los que cruzaron. Aquí vinimos a buscar el oro que nos robaron. Tenemos más trucos que la policía secreta. Metimos la casa completa en una maleta. Con un pico, una pala y un rastrillo te construimos un castillo. ¿Cómo es que dice el coro, cabrón?
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Not yet.
El autor viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
All right. Yo! Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon, in case you're watching from afar. Hey, I got some really good news for you guys. All right. And as you know, this is like a big deal for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Please tell me you guys can hear that. Hold on real quick. Let me see if you guys can hear that. Because I heard before that you couldn't hear not even the, hold on real quick. Hurry up, bro. Hold on. You guys hear it? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, you can. All right. That's right. Let's go. Okay. Listen, you guys know I have a mission here. I don't want to say bone to pick, bro, you know, but we have to educate some people. If you guys are new to this channel, I go by Joshua. And what up, VTC, bro? Hold on a second. What's up, VTC Guaracuya? What's up, bro? Juan Mo. How? You know what I'm saying, man? I got some flavor in here. So anybody messes with me, man, I'm just gonna be like, yo. And then if you piss me off,
Fuck that puto! Fuck that puto!
so don't be playing with me, bro. All right. So, anyways, I got something interesting for you guys tonight, man. And it's thanks to the brother here. He comes by here and watches every now and then. So I like your material, bro. If you get it, if you guys don't know who he is, check him out. It's a mighty guy. He's got some interesting views on shit. And I don't disagree in some aspects, and I'm going to show you that. So the whole point today is apparently we got what's called, I keep hearing the word grifter, and I meant to put grifter initially, and I put drifter, so I had to change it. Anyways, swindler is like a drifter, you know what I'm saying? A swindler, he's always trying to find a way to get you, taking something that is not there. So since they're saying we are Mongolians or white folks, so I'm gonna let Wobbles know why y'all look the way you look. And how this has been going on for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? So if you are not familiar with this channel, you better get used to it. We speak facts, not feelings right here, okay? This goes out to all my chihuahuas. You guys know who that is? Damn Wobble what? That's right, bro. That's exactly what I mean. All right, I'm having a little fun, but let's begin, man. Seriously, let's begin. I got 2 hours, let's go. And then I'm done at 10.
Think you're original? You ain't original. You were programmed to be you. a slave and you don't even know it. The shit you think of ain't even your thoughts. Let's step out the box for a minute. Yo, how do we know if God exists? How do we know it's positive? Are you the definition of an angel or the opposite? If you lost your wallet and I found it, I would not commit to stealing it. But if the tables turn, then you would pocket it. See, I've been me for so long, but I still don't know who Hobson is. How come I'm the one my teachers used to have a problem with? I show my music to different labels, they ain't too fond of you. The definition of an angel or the opposite? If you lost your wallet and I found it, I would not commit to stealing it.
All right, let me need a pause real quick before I forget. 2467, 2467. Okay, the snake serpent concept. But if you look deeper within what the brother is actually saying, I had noticed this before in the past. Before in the past, I sounded like Donald Trump. Come on. What I mean to say is, in the book called the Pyramids, what's it, the Mexica? Hold on a second. I think I have it. It's a green book. But anyways, it's in that book. You have some actual statues, designs of things that are shaped like this. I have it on my phone. I thought I posted it here, to be quite frank with you. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get it now, because again, I got 2 hours. I'm going to spend 2 hours with y'all, and then I'm going to call it a night. All right. So I'm going to be limited because we are obviously, anyways, I don't got to go there. Just be patient with me. So here it goes right there. So it's, God, man, I forget the name of the book. I can't believe that I forgot the name of the book. And it's very popular. The Mexican pyramids or something to that effect. And in this book, there are some pictures that are pointing towards a design like that. And then obviously, you being you, and I'm talking to my indigenous brothers and sisters, you being you would think, the fuck's he talking about? You know what I'm saying? So again, be mindful of what the brother is showing here, right? And for you guys that don't believe in the Bible, indigenous brothers, and you're dealing with Baboism, you're gonna have to learn about it, because they're going to attack you. And I'm going to show you a video how they're calling us Canaanites, the Chichimicas, convoluting a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But facts are facts. So I like to give people ammunition on how to go ahead and do it. All right. So yeah, I don't agree at the end of the video part, but I'll cut it before. Again, he's got his point of view. I don't totally agree, but he's got some points. But anyways, you see this right here, 7-headed serpent, or 7 feathers, or the menorah. All right, or the menorah here. Here, let it play.
How come I'm the one?
All right, the menorah 7. So again, I'm like, okay, cool. Here is one example. This is from the Mexican pyramids or some shit like that. I can't recall, family, but this is what they found in there, okay? This is, they're giving a picture of what they found inside the buildings. And you can see some type of, woven shaped type of, you know what I'm saying, pole. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, and then the head is 7. All right, so it's not too far-fetched. Let's continue. I got more. So anyways, it's just showing, again, historical similarities, because it's showing you that our gente is ancient. You have to understand, one president, very famous, still currently a president from Mexico happens to be, he said that our gente is indigenous, is ancient from, he's in front of everybody, right? And he couldn't actually spit out what he wanted to say. So he's like, an ancient people from very far. I would think from a long ago, but he didn't say long ago. He said from very far. So you got to be mindful of what these people are saying to y'all. Let's go.
one my teachers used to have a problem with. I show my music to different labels, they ain't too fond of it. But in the underground I seem to get so many compliments. Say my name and it's like people get afraid and shook. But if you take a look, you'll see I'm nothing like an angry crook. I'm learning hands-on, you busy with your face and books. I'm here to benefit the world, so heaven's where we're safely put. I'm not a devil, not speaking in tongues.
Showed you guys yesterday a picture of a negative sister using the metate, the actual stone mill, right? The similarities are how ancient our culture is, very similar to what's going on over there, right? Egyptians had the same concept as well. But let's continue.
I just want to touch your heart, I try to reach it in songs. I'm from where a child's future's on the streets with the bums, because it's hard to become something so unique where I'm from. When the sun's down, nocturnal rainbow soaring in the air so high. It may seem so that I can't see, but the darkness provides the light for me. I don't wanna be lonely, and the moon is my only homie. If there's a higher power, then show me. Instead of nocturnal rainbows. Obama's president, so what's it represent? Just because the niggas half black don't mean he's heaven sent. You're clueless to evidence, and all the minds he's messing with. His charming smile hasn't got my ass about this death for shit. Frontin' like he's truly Jesus, and all you fools believe it. The change he's making isn't good, that's just how you conceived it. It's like we all broker than never. It's due to reasons dealing with self-beneficial plans and the movement he's with, Illuminati, or whatever the fuck they go by. They're the reason weird shit happens, and we don't know why. Why did Michael Jackson start his tour then have to go die? How did rap music go from really good to so dry? Real artists get shelved and whack ones get famous. To leave masses brainless, a smart mind is dangerous. In their eyes, there probably ain't no real shit in your playlist. You just a product of what the government has created. When the sun's down, nocturnal rainbow soaring in the air so high. It may seem so that I can't see, but the darkness provides the light for me. I don't wanna be lonely, and the moon is my only homie. If there's a higher power, then show me. Instead of nocturnal rainbows. Yo, we're all smart, and we know what's bad and good for us. But yet when you got offered some marijuana, you took a puff. Your brain's a fucking powerhouse. But what, that wasn't good enough? It's people like you who talk that shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. You probably threw your life away, cause you would rather get high with no license or car. So you bum rides to get by, saying I should've did this, or I shouldn't have hung with this guy. I'm broke as fuck, my rent's high. I should've realized I ain't being cruel with these situations that I address. I more than likely could be someone you admire, yes, but it's because the blood, sweat, and all the time that I invest. We play the same game, difference is you never.
Okay, let me bring you to this attention here real quick, and in case you guys forget. And again, in case you guys don't know this brother here, man, he stopped posting videos and community posts a while. I think it's been a while. Anyhow, in his community post, if you guys go here, so he says it there. This was like 10 months ago. But here he is giving you and all of us, a good example of comparables, debunking a lot of information, and at the same time, he references a lot of books. So I would advise you to, subscribe and follow, even though he doesn't post. But a lot of material is still there. He, as well as I, were suggesting regarding the pyramid, the ziggurat roots. I was, if not one, or if the first person that started showing, if you believe in the Bible, how we migrated from east to west. Everybody was saying we went around Africa. Nobody could so-called debunk that shit till I came, and nobody can go otherwise with me, which is probably why they don't bother this channel, whatever that reason may be. But again, here is my brother here debunking these wobbles, showing how, as you can see, the color of our gente's abilities, which expressed itself in what we know of as pottery, which is in the Bible as well, by the way. You see this light skin too, with two-tone, meaning color. So this brother. Anyways, in his community, he shows similar information as what Mighty is sharing. I'll take it for what it is. It's your job to do the homework as well and to dig deeper into the information that people like ourselves provide for y'all. As you can see here, he's talking about no todas las tribus prehispánicas eran morenas. El link para el libro donde lo pondré en los comentarios. He says they were formerly in America as now tribes of all complexion. Hold on a second. Oh, here's for you guys. Hey, wobbles. Let me read that again. They were formerly in America as now tribes of all complexions. Not just blackity black. As elsewhere, yellowish, olive, coppery, tawny, reddened, brown, incarnate, or white. Shoot. My dear Jesus, bro. So, I mean, for real, bro, like, what do you guys think? I'm sincerely asking, what do you think of this? It says here, and even blackened or Negro-like, meaning in color.
Fuck that puto.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Come on, man. Stop this chihuahua shit. Y'all need to stop that, bro. Here goes another one. I have all the books in archaeology to prove it. I guess he doesn't spell that right. It's okay. It's all good. It's his second language. He says they were formerly in America as of now. Oh, he says the same thing. So he says that in American nations or outlined of the general history of ancient and modern, the brother goes out of his way to provide this information for y'all. And this other one says in Europe, the book is on the power, wisdom, and godliness. So again, my brothers, this is information, ammunition for you to prove people, I should say, right. If they are who they say they are, won't prove them right. But if they're not, then prove the motherfuckers wrong, man. Shit. Let us show them something. Europe became at last the headquarters of the descendants of Japheth, Asia of those of Shem, and Africa of those of Ham. Again, if you believe in the Bible, there's a lot of different understandings of this now, but it was always to that understanding, and even they agreed to it. All of a sudden now, it's cool to be a Mexican. Here he posts another book, Copper Color Skin, Straight Hair Wobbles. Here goes, Copper Color Skin and Straight Hair Wobbles, not woolly hair. Never forget. I will leave the link at the for the book. Okay, so it says here from the Not All Encyclopedia, edited by James Wood, published 1900 or 900 100, page 20. American Indians, a race with a red or copper-colored skin, coarse, black, straight hair. Not like the guy to the right. That is not what it means. It literally says a race with red or copper-colored skin, coarse, black, straight hair. Not a chihuahua, okay? So you got to go back to chihuahua land and bring some new shit back because, quite frankly, bro, let the real people teach, bro. Straight up. High cheekbone, by the way, black, deep-set eyes, and tall, erect figure limited to America. And seems for most parts fast dying out, to be found still as far south as Patagonia and the Patagonians being of the race. We're going to come back to his channel here. Don't trip. Don't trip. All right, let me go put it back here real quick because we're in here. Hold on, my brother. My brother of another mother. I like this video, man. It's interesting. I don't like everything, but I like it. You know, I'm just real. I'm just being honest. All right, hold on. Let me undo this. Ungroup, bro. Let's go.
Never try your best. You don't have a skill, you set yourself up for a higher mess. I work around the clock. You slack off for lots of time to rest. Keep bullshitting till your life is gone. Cause living's naturally hell. You have to work the
Okay, so just to let y'all know, that's what that means, bro. We call them wobbles chihuihuis now, bro. So anybody that get offended, and also, fuck that puto. Let's go.
Put a smile on. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high. It may seem so that I can't see, but the darkness provides the light for me. I don't wanna be lonely, and the moon is my only home.
Hey, Mighty, you couldn't. Yeah, I mean, all right, I'll let it be. Let's go.
If there's a higher power, then show me. Instead of nocturnal rainbow, when the sun's down. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high. It may seem so that I can't see, but the darkness provides the light for me. I don't wanna be lonely, and the moon is my only homie. If there's a higher power, then show me. Instead of nocturnal rainbows. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high. Nocturnal rainbow soaring, the air so high.
So here, I guess he posted somebody from India that looks like him, which, makes sense. I have a niece that looks like somebody from India, straight up. Straight up. I ain't lying. So, now, again, we're here to bring facts, not feelings. And since a lot of people here claim reparations and shit, and you know what I mean, exclude everybody else that has actually gone through slavery too, regardless of the proof. And I guess because, there's no complaining involved from certain people, but let's explore a little bit of this because this was interesting to me. Because I am also going to show how, and it proves the book that I had mentioned to y'all before, this one here, which is called the Global Indios right here, right? Global Indios right here. So in this book, I suggest for y'all to go, and it identifies pretty much it's documented information on indigenous struggle for justice in the 16th century Spain, which means 15 through 1600. So 1500 through 1599, when you hear that. Here is a map expressing where they took us. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people here in this, how can I magnify this, dude? Hold on a second, family. Oh, there it goes. My bad. Here we go. Hold on. See where they took us. Come on, can I go down there? Okay. Let me go back. That doesn't help. You see this here? Here, I'll get smaller. As you can see, from Mexico or Santo Domingo, Panama, Veracruz, Lima, todo esta madre, güey. You know what I'm saying? All of that region is where you can imagine where they took us. Now, here it's listed as to where we have records of our people here, that were taken all over this map. Now, we have a map that I'll show you pretty soon how we were taken all over this place. This is just showing us cases across the world. So, but this is never talked about. This is outside of everybody's important circle because right now it's black and white playing chessboard game. I get it. But we still have to be honest, right? Do better, be better, right? Isn't that the truth? You want to be better, do better. Let's do better, be better. How come this is not exposed? So, like we see here, all up in the northern parts, Seville was a very important port of exchange. As you can see, all through the Iberian Peninsula, right? All down to Africa, all the way down to South Africa, around Guay to Mozambique, Cambay, Dewey, Cochin, Malabar, Burma, China, Peshawar. Now, here is when 1492 up until 1600 are cases. Keep this in mind. So, again, if you believe in the Bible says that, we are, well, if you believe in the Bible and you believe in this regeneration, it says it. This is nothing new under the sun. So I want to show you how I think, spiritually speaking, sometimes you just tend to be coming either back. I don't know, like maybe you migrate back. Remember, if you believe in the Bible, it says that they would be coming back together again. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're all the same people. No. I am just showing you how we were confused when we were taken to these islands. Some of our sisters or brothers had a difficult time proving that they were enslaved by the Spaniards, not the Portuguese, the Spaniards. And if, let's say, a Portuguese a slaver would purchase you, now you would have to prove that you were purchased, and you were initially purchased from a slaver of Spain who illegally took you, because that's where the laws were starting to be implemented. So here is where we see people saying, look, I was taken, I'm from indigenous America, right? Or New Spain, they would say. And they would say, well, prove to us, because currently you're enslaved by Portuguese so-and-so. Oh, so check this out. In this book, it tells you. It's, look, map of the world with places cited in litigation suits. That means, in case you don't know, just to show you. Litigation. Just in case, you know what I mean? I understand, bro. I literally became a better reader in the last 6-7 years. The process of taking legal action. Okay, so here we see that there was a process of taking legal action from people that were taken from these areas here. Do you understand? Follow me now, please. And again, take note of these books. And they're not expensive. Because why? Oh, but that'd be a book about the so-called Jews, black or white. Oh, shit. I'm telling you, man. This is the Matrix, family. This is the Matrix. Wake the F up. See, here it's showing you where all these cases, who they originated from. So it's showing you that these cases were saying, or these brothers and sisters were saying, I'm originally from here, and I have family that can prove that we were taken from these areas. When you read this book, you will find out that it gets into that. The map of Latin America with places cited in litigation suits designed by Sarah Bell. So here we see litigation suits, areas, locations of where our gente was fighting cases saying I was kidnapped, so to speak, from my land in America. I am not a so-called Negro labeled as everybody else because you might have had dark skin, but at that time, that's all they gave a hell about. I'm telling you, family, we're going to touch that today. So let me hurry up because I said I only got 2 hours. So here we see, right? On a day here, let me minimize this real quick so we can kind of get an idea. On a day during the cold months of 1549, the slave Catalina de Velasco waited to meet the friar Bartolomé de las Casas. I showed y'all yesterday the book of Bartolomé de las Casas and who he actually saw and what kind of people. One of the most beautifulest things that he said, that the people that he saw here, that showed up, right, that he saw, the people that he saw, he said that they had like a ruddy skin, so much kind of like a lion's mane. Lion's mane. Not that kind of mane. Not this dark ass panther shit. No. Rudy. Like a lion's mane. Look it up. Here it goes here. A famous man whom she fervently hoped would testify on her behalf as she petitioned for her freedom in a Spanish court. She stood in an austere and dimly lit room of the monastery, furnished by the high back chair and a long polished table. Religious paintings hung, they're just kind of explaining what's going on in there. So he says here, Catalina was a minor of 20 years. Keep this in mind, 1549. She was a minor of 20 years, and her legal representative, curador, had insisted she be examined in person to see if she was truly an Indian. Now, why? Why in the world? So here we go. Hey, wobbles, please, come on. If she looked like you, wouldn't they think she was an African person? Right? Okay, it gets more interesting. Only a few days before, she had been granted permission by the Council of Indies to travel over to a 2-day period to the monastery of San Pablo, the temporary residence of several notable friars. These men were experts in all things Mexican.
Copyright disclaimer.
That don't sound like this guy. Come on, bro. For real? Okay, so these men were experts in all things Mexican. They could examine her physiognomy, the shape of her head, the face, her coloration with great authority. She was certain that they would help her with her freedom, win her freedom. But how to check this out? It gets interesting. Hey, what up, Julio? Hey, check it. I got some good ones, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to make sure the Wobbles understand what their real name is, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Anyways, man.
That's right.
All right, let's continue, bro. Well, good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Anyway, so it said, months before, several judges of the council had scrutinized her while the courier stood by her side. Her mistress, the Marquess of Villafranca, Doña Inés de Pimentel, had also demanded to be present at her hearing, if only to intimidate her. The judges had determined that she was an India, but not a mestiza.
That's right.
Okay, what does that mean? Check it. The daughter of a Spanish Christian and an India of Catalina had claimed. She had made this claim because her deceased mother had once told her that her father was a Christian. So let's read this again. The judges had determined that she was an India, but not a mestiza, the daughter of a Spanish Christian and an India, as Catalina had claimed. So who's right? She had made this claim because her deceased mother had once told her father was a Christian. Check this. The new laws of 1542 had been passed in Castile, stating that Indios from Spanish domains were free. Okay, learn that. Hold on. So again, Wobbles. Keep this in mind, because you guys convolute Portugal and Spain. You think they're like, oh, like in their own lands and shit. You know, they're not doing that, dummies. They're not doing that. They're just not doing that. Stating that Indios from Spanish domains were free and could no longer be enslaved. Catalina, check this out, bore no scar or royal brand on her face that would be marked her as a legally captured slave from the Spanish territories. You see that? Kidnapping. Now, my question to y'all is, Wobbles, because again, chihuihuis, you guys don't get it, man. If Christopher Columbus had stepped on the land where Portugal was ruling, he would have kept going. So if he saw people that looked like you guys, he would have kept going, because he would have said that shit is Africa and it belongs to Portugal. You're going to find out if you read this book, if you take the time and educate yourself or educate yourself, you would find out that that's exactly what may be going on right there in a deep level. So check this out. Because, again, it got to do with Spanish courts and Portuguese courts. The new law of 1542 had been passed in Castile, again, Spain, stating that Indios from Spanish domains were free and could no longer enslave. Catalina bore no scar, no royal brand on her face that would have marked her a legally captured slave from Spanish territory. Yet to gain her freedom, still she had to prove that she had come from Mexico, not somewhere in the Portuguese Empire, as her mistress claimed. Hold on, stop. Hold on. Here's why I'm saying this, family. Here's why I'm saying this, because I took a picture of this here. Hold on, let me see if I have it. If not, I'm going to send it again. I read this. Remember the video yesterday? I read this little spot. Initially, the video started with somebody making a comment, right? All right. So let's go back to this. And this is why wobbles, man. Y'all, fuck, bro. Y'all, dude, you guys are, I don't know. I really don't understand. I really don't know what's going on. So again, right? There is a difference between Portuguese courts and Spanish courts. So this is why when these wobbles speak, y'all are stupid, bro. This is why I call you. Wait, hold on a second. Remember, bro? That's why we call you Chihuihuis now. This is your name now. Okay, so this Chihuihui here, thank you, by the way, VTC. They brought them with them. Okay, so they meaning the invaders of America. This is a black person, right? So-called African, an African with an American experience, or a so-called African American, to be politically correct. They brought with them, so these invaders brought with them, right? Kind of like property from the Philippines, okay? Because they had already under the rule of Portuguese and Spaniards and was obedient. Okay. This is why I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, man? What? You have no historical knowledge. This is stupidity right here. Okay? So let's continue reading. They started labeling us negrito, black, colored, and African. We're going to touch on this too. Gave these invaders our identity and right out of our land and culture. They mixed with Siberia, as well as now called the Native Indian. So if the Filipinos were brought by Portuguese and Spaniards, by the way, why would they need to mix with Siberians? It burns me up knowing this. Well, that's called confabulation. That means that you are filling in the gaps of your stupid memory, and you can't come to the conclusion of the reality that y'all suck. Those are facts. So that should burn you. It shouldn't burn you that this right here, this is imaginary stuff that you're saying. Hey, that's what that is. The rest came on USS Patricia to Angle Island. The Bering Strait story is not matching up with the transatlantic. So I'm like, what? What are you saying then? So did we just organically grow out of here? Check this out. These people are not Indian, but Siberian, and that too is questionable. But he just said they mixed with Siberia.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I don't understand this shit. Okay, so these people are not Indian, but Siberian. And okay, sorry. And it's questionable because Benjamin Franklin, who's a white guy, so he believes a white guy, right? But he says they, the white people, brought with them, meaning us, supposedly, and he is believing, referencing they who brought us here. Yeah, that really goes on in my mind. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm like, it's called sopa de fideo, because Benjamin Franklin, because it's one of they stated of all of Asia, Russia, Germany, America, Spain, Italy, France, Sweden are black, Swarthy, even the Scots, Irish, and Welsh. The only Anglo-Saxons were pure. So it appears that these beings came from elsewhere, but none of the places we see today with them in it. Some sorcerer took place. Ancient info was used to spellbind us. Oh shit! Hold on a second. Sorry, man, I'm overdoing it, bro. But I can't get over that shit. That's funny. They're spellbind, and they took the powers of the original people, and we don't know what has and is happening to us, but they can't get rid of us. So this is Very interesting. Anyway, let's get. I sorry to sidetrack here, but it's just trying to show you how dumb that it really is when you really dissect the stupidity. Let me go. As her legal representative explained to her, Indio slaves from the Portuguese domain. Listen very closely. This is why you need to learn your book and read it. Okay, it says here, legal representatives explained to her, Indio slaves from Portuguese domains had no legal rights to be free, whereas those from Spanish kingdoms did, thanks to the efforts of Las Casas and others. Now, have you ever heard of any books of Las Casas referencing people that look like a West African as a native? No. Like many Indios who had crossed the Atlantic, like many Indios, many Indios. Keep that in mind as we move forward. Catalina had made the journey as a small child. Don't just let that pass you by. We're talking about a child here. If you have daughters, you guys have daughters, right? I'm assuming you do. So you would assume that this is heavy duty right here. As a small child and could not remember her place of origin, although Mexico occurred to her later. The problem, however, was that she had traveled by ship from Mexico to Lisbon. Now, for all y'all that wobbles that keep saying, I don't know, you say we didn't come on ships, but then you're saying they brought us. Then you're saying, no, we didn't come on ships. They didn't bring us. So we're organically grown out of this ground. I don't know. It's weird. The problem, however, was that she had traveled by ships from Mexico to Lisbon. And it was that there, Doña Inés de Pimentel had purchased her and taken her to Castile to join the retinue of servants and other slaves in the palace. You see this? Doña Inés de Pimentel had purchased her and taken her to Castile to join the retinue of servants and other slaves in the palace. Now Catalina's prison, given this circumstance, given these circumstances, what evidence besides her physical person and the remembrance of these of things past did she have to prove her origin? We're almost moving forward from this. It has been so difficult to leave her mistress' palace with guards hovering her bedroom door at all hours. What a relief to have been granted permission to appear before such important friars at the monastery. She straightened her back and folded her chairs as she had heard footsteps approaching. A moment later, Bartolomé de las Casas stepped through the door, his black robe skimming the floor. Catalina had heard the stories about this great man who was slightly stooped in years. He had freed many Indios from slavery. He fought in New Spain and in Castile for the freedom of tyranny. After silently considering her aspect, facial features, and colorization, Las Casas nodded to the scribe who began writing. Yes, Friar affirmed the young woman was from somewhere in New Spain, the broad territorial domain that included Mexico. He indicated, it seems to be so to this witness because it is well known I reside for many years in New Spain, and I have much experience with the Indios and Indias of that land. Although she is not a mestiza, she could easily have stolen and brought as a child to these kingdoms and bought to Castile from Portugal by passengers who come to these kingdoms. You see this? There could be a potential exchange between a Spaniard or a Portuguese. In 2 sentences, he does confirm that she looked like an India from the Spanish domain. If they were trying to get rid of y'all, why would they bring you back? If they were trying to get rid of you, Wabos, why would they bring you back? If that's you right there. And how and who are the people that are still there? He also made it clear that the illegal traffic in slaves between Spanish America and Portugal in between Portugal and Castile made Catalina's journey into bondage plausible. The same day, on the heels of the Casa testimony and the monastery, came those of Rodrigo Ladrada, the longtime companion of Las Casas, and Vasco Quiroga, other virtuous men who had worked diligently to protect the Indios of Mexico from mistreatment. Both confirmed what Las Casas had said. How would they know the difference? We know Bartolomé de las Casas from the book that I showed you guys yesterday. If you're following, or if you wobbles don't recall, let me bring it up real quick. Because I am going to show you that we've always looked this way, whether we were light-skinned or dark-skinned. And we've always been here. Well, not always, but we've been here way before. And no, we did not replace y'all. We're not going to fall for that black replacement theory, stupid shit that you guys want to teach. No fucking different than the damn stupid white replacement theory. Ain't no different. It's no different. All right, so it's late anyway, so I'm not here to play it nice right now. Okay, hold on a second. So we're seeing this here, right? So we know here, we went last time. This is from Bartolomé de las Casas, okay? Let me see if I can get it. Okay, here it goes. Okay. You're gonna do it or not, bro? Complex. Is it not anymore? Oh, you're not playing nice anymore? Remember yesterday we had access to it, now it doesn't want to listen to it. Huh. That's weird. What the hell's going on? All right, so yesterday, if you see the video from yesterday, hold on, I got it real quick. Give me a second. I got the book. I'm gonna mess it up right now. Bring it out for a purpose. I'm gonna handle it. All right, perfect. Oh, that's right. I couldn't find it. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first part. No. I know which one. First of all, we'll go here. Is it this one? Personas donde si vino después que enviamos mero gente cantada. Hold on a second, family. Yep, that's it. Page 398. Well, let me go back here. So this is again the book called La Historia de las Indias, escrita por Fray Bartolomé de las Casas. Okay? Bartolomé de las Casas. Let me see if it picks it up eventually, but I already know where to go. Bartolomé de las Casas. We already see that now, right? So this is the man that they're referencing. As you can tell what she's talking about. Okay? Follow me here. Take notes of the actual books, please, by all means. You see, Bartolomé de las Casas. Okay, so we're talking about the same man here. Fray Bartolomé de las Casas, obispo de Chiapa, ahora por primera vez dada a luz por el Marqués de la Fuente del Valle, tome o volumen 2. This was a reprint of 1875, but this man was here, one of the first people to be here, okay, because he was here quite some time. So now we're going to go to page 398. The first things first. Again, prove to me that we replaced you. If it's true, I'll accept it. But if it's not, shut the fuck up. And I know you won't because there's an agenda, but my job, I guess, is to smack some of that stupidity around. So on page 398. Page 398, okay? So check this out, family. On page 398, the book is in Spanish. So I'm going to try to read it a little better this time. All right. I'm going to stand up here. I'm going to start here so we can get an idea of what we, let's see, we can do. We'll start here. Okay. And we'll read to like something like that. It says, sobrevino la noche volviéndose a las naos y los indios a sus pueblos, meaning they went back to the towns. Y esclareciendo estaba la playa llena de gente, hombres y mujeres con niños en los brazos, como unas ovejas y corderos, que era grande alegría verlos. Saltan los cristianos en sus barcas para salir en tierra. Echanse los indios al agua, meaning they jump in the water, nadando. So they're seeing the natives, our gente sees them, they're swimming in the water. Vienen a subirlos un gran tiro de ballesta. Llegados a la tierra de tal manera, lo recibieron y con tanta confianza y seguridad o descuido, se juntaban los indios con ellos, como si fueran sus padres, los indios de los otros, y toda su vida hubieran vivido y conversado con ellos. They're being very friendly, basically. Era esta gente, check this out. This is Bartolomé de las Casas, okay? And this part he says, era esta gente de mediana estatura, medium stature, well proportioned. Las caras muy hermosas. The face is very attractive por tener las anchas because I guess a square, I guess I'm assuming. Check this out. La color de la carne que tira a rubia. So the skin tone is like Rudy. Como pelos de león. So again, I had touched on it, but you know what? Again, Wabos, explain this to me. Y'all don't have this color at all, bro. I put Wabos. That's funny. You said lion's mane? I can't even know. I don't even know how to say it. Oh, lion's mane. My bad. So what's the lion's mane, I think? Did I do it right? All right, here we go. Look at that color, family. That's light brown. And shit, just put lions, man. You know what I'm saying? Just put lions, bro. Look at this. Shit ain't black. What you talking about? It's like my son. When my son was younger, he, you know, because we grew up by, well, you know, when we came here, we grew up by the beach. I grew up by the beach, I guess you could say. And, you know, I took him to the beach often. And my son would always get what we called a golden tan. You see this, family? That's our skin tone. What are they talking about? So here he's saying that color, skin tone, Rudy, like lion's mane. De manera que hacer y andar vestidos serían poco menos blancos que nosotros. Basically saying that they were kind of like that kind of skin tone, you know, like orangey, kind of reddish, kind of brown, you know, but not so much so. Whereas he says, it says, de manera que hacer y andar vestidos sería poco menos blancas que nosotros. Meaning that if they had not been without clothing, okay, with chihuihuis, listen to this, chihuihuis. If it wasn't because of their clothing, serían poco menos blancos que nosotros. They would be basically lighter like them. Hello? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Pelo alguno que los consiente en todo su cuerpo porque lo tienen por costa vial. Blah, blah, blah. So this is one example. Another one here. Again, I showed this yesterday. Matter of fact, you know what? I showed this yesterday. I can go back to the video. But it says here again, who he saw. So this man could call and say, hey, she looks like one of them. I would highly suggest to consider this book. It's not expensive. Now, why am I bringing this up in regards to, also here, the American Indian or Indian race found only in America is a deep copper color, straight hair, high cheekbones. Okay, you see that? And you're going to see a huge similarity. How much time I got? Okay, I got a little bit of time. Yeah, I got time. So let's jump into it. So listen to this. Again, I need you to know and see how we were taken out of here to all kinds of places. And some of these people were taken from there back over here too. Listen,
are some plantations in British colonies that operated just 100 years ago. Some of these workers are enslaved Africans. Some are indentured servants from India. Can you tell the difference? After slavery was abolished, Britain replaced its enslaved workers with a cheap alternative: indentured servants. In this new system, millions of people were coerced into signing away their rights for 5 to 10 years at a time. This system is not ancient history. Some of its survivors could still be alive. These workers became bound to overseas employers where they endured harrowing abuse and exploitation for the duration of their contract.
I would call the system of indenture a hidden history, and it is and has been deliberately obscured from our national narrative.
Maria Caladine's great-grandfather was recruited from India through this exact system. He ended up toiling at a sugar plantation in British Guyana for years on end. After seeing how her family's past had been buried, Maria decided to specialize in the study of Indian indenture.
We know about it because the British kept the receipt. They are there. All the receipts are there. They are there for everyone to see.
British colonizers took portraits of these workers after taking them from India to work in overseas colonies. Most would never return.
Let me move this book over here because I'm going to look for something while I'm showing you that video. I'm glad that I remembered. Let's go. My bad. Let's go.
Do you want to be a champion? Start for just $1. Build a perfect and faithful.
Have a look at this record of Indian immigrants. These are the names of Indians who signed an indenture contract and boarded a ship from Calcutta on December 2nd, 1903.
It's an agreement between you and your employer that you will work for a particular number of years.
As soon as they signed that contract, the indentured worker lost much of their freedom. They were treated like human cargo, shipped around the world and bound to their employer for the time period of their contract. They were bought, sold, overworked, and abused in ways far too similar to slavery. Here's how it all went down. By the end of the 1800s, the British Empire was growing to the biggest the world had ever seen. And the natural resources of the colonies, like sugar and cotton, earned the colonizers a lot of money. But labor costs started eating into Britain's massive profits after slavery was abolished. And that's when the British brought in indentured Indians. There were more than 3 million people like Maria's great-grandfather taken from their homes and placed on ships heading to British colonies. The overall trade for these cheap laborers replaced nearly a quarter of the Atlantic slave trade.
What has taken place is a retelling of the history of the 19th century that focuses on the abolition of the slave trade and lauds those involved in the abolition of the slave trade, but does not draw attention in any way to the fact that the system of slavery was replaced by a system which was very...
Okay, so check this out. This is a good point to bring up right here. As you can see, the reason for the difficulties when it came to litigation to prove their case when brothers and sisters were, trafficked. Same book, the book's architecture. In chapter 1, a case study of the village of Carmona, 20 miles north of Seville. I highlight this volume of many themes related to slavery and migration, the vicissitudes of legal culture, the politics of identification, the relevance of witnesses and kingship alliance, the construction of cultural geographies, and the entanglements of empire. Check this out. 2 litigations, suits spanning 15 years, from 1557 to 1572, and encompassing 3 generations. 2 women, their daughters, and their grandchildren pitted the inhabitants of the village against each other. Many of them slaves from India, okay? Not Indios. Remember, this is the one that's talking about Indios as well, not Indios, okay? Not these, such an Indio or Indio Barbaro, right? Not those guys. Not these Indios from the, say, America. One India, okay? That's not here. Slaves from India, Africa, and desperate parts of Latin America. Contrary to statistics that show that most slaves were freed, one of the slave litigants in Carmona lost her appeal. So now we're talking about people from those areas. You see? In the details, in the twist right here, let me make myself small. In the details and the twist, in terms of these cases, we can see how in the 16th century, Indio was a floating construct as the term moved in its usage from Americas or India to Spain, or from North Africa, to the villages of Carmona and back again. You see this? Y'all always need to do your homework. Let's continue.
Brutal, really cruel, and lasted into the 20th century.
The vast majority of indentured workers were from India. As a result of indenture and additional migration, pockets of the Indian community can now be found in nearly every corner of our globe. Over 32 million people of Indian origin live outside of India today, the world's largest diaspora.
India might actually be a kind of replacement for Africa. Think of this from the planter's point of view. They can't imagine a world that will deny them a source of labour, cheap, malleable labour.
In 1838, the first Indian indentured labourers arrived in Guyana, and that was really the beginning of the system of Indian indenture.
Some labourers were forced or kidnapped, but others signed on voluntarily, especially during famine caused by British colonial rule. But most didn't know what they were signing up for. Picture yourself as Maria's great-grandfather, Khaladin, who was living in Pipra, India. Wages are at an all-time low. The class system is not working in your favor. Famine plagues your village. Recruiters employed by the British boast about the opportunity of indenture, guaranteeing high wages in return for a 5-year labor contract.
They frequently lied about what the terms of the indenture contract were, the distance of the place that people were traveling to, and the nature of the work that they would have to perform.
Look at those pictures, family. Look at that. Pones una. I mean, are those guys? These guys? Are those chihuahuas? I don't think these are chihuahuas, bro. Look.
The distance of the place that people were traveling to, and the nature of the work.
But those, I don't think so.
Work that they would have to perform.
You can't read or write, but they tell you the contract provides round-trip passage to Calcutta, India, where you put in light labor.
In mind that there were several people that were taken out of here in the 1500s, taken all over the places. I showed you on the map. Do not forget the origin of the class. Let's go.
Labor in exchange for great wealth to bring back to your family. Like more than 2 million other Indians, you stamp your finger and take the deal.
In 1886, my great-grandfather was recruited in Gonda. He was taken to Faizabad. From then, he was taken to Calcutta as an indentured labourer.
What they didn't tell you is you're not really going to Calcutta. You're transferred from depots to shipyards, perhaps told your final destination would be Sri Lanka, but your ocean voyage keeps going and going. The ship itself is rancid, and you are crowded alongside parcels of rice, wheat, and hundreds of other laborers deep within the cargo deck.
Your voyage could have been one that was fraught with deaths from cholera, for example, typhoid, dysentery. It would have been quite traumatic for the immigrants.
You are lucky to survive the diseases that kill roughly 1 in 5 of your fellow passengers.
Look at this, fam. Look at that. Let's continue.
Your peers bond over the shared trauma and call themselves the Jahajibai, or Brotherhood of the Boat. 3 months later, you arrive in an unfamiliar land, and someone tells you it is known as British Guyana, a British colony thousands of miles away from home.
He left Calcutta for Guyana, and he indentured for 2 periods of 5 years on 2 estates in Demerara.
This arrival story is way too familiar for the tens of millions of descendants of Indian indenture. Hundreds of thousands of people were taken from China, Japan, and Polynesia as well, forming an extracted community known as coolies, a term that's now an offensive slur. The laborers were shipped across 19 of Britain's colonies, namely in the Caribbean and South Africa. The Dutch and French also took advantage of the cheap labor for their own plantations. Indentured labor was used to cultivate sugar, cotton, and tea, as well as endless train tracks. As early as the 1840s, British officials were calling this a new system of slavery.
Keep in mind, and I did it on one of the classes, I believe, regarding Cuba, that they were still taking our gente in 1848, the Mayas to Cuba. I'll see if I can bring that material up on another class. Let's go. Just to show you that it never stopped. But anyways, let's continue.
The side of the world.
Indentured workers endured backbreaking work and were whipped and abused by white authorities. Many of them were even housed in the same barracks as formerly enslaved people. Indentured women were sexually abused by white overseers and sometimes assigned to an Indian man as his housemate and sexual partner.
There is a deliberate kind of denial of anything which does not meet the description of enslaved or free. These binaries are not helpful to people who are trying to express or explain what the system of indenture was. There are conditions of unfree labour that exist between these two states, and we must look at them, we must see them, they're part of our history.
And what happened when their indenture contracts ended?
You could then choose to accept a return voyage home to India, or you could again accept a further bounty and stay in the colony. And that's what the majority of people chose to do.
But why would anyone choose to remain indentured? Even after years of laboring, some people didn't earn enough money to bring back home. Others feared they would be shunned when they got back to India, accused of abandoning their family.
So from India, people were taken to Mauritius, to Trinidad, to Guyana, to Fiji, to St. Lucia, Grenada, South Africa, Malaysia. The system was huge, so over 2 million people were part of it, and it has left, obviously, a huge diaspora.
So the reason I'm showing this is because, first of all, let's present the fact that we've had many different people that have come here, okay, through slavery. That doesn't change. That doesn't change certain facts. You guys want to say that blacks were taken out of here, your black replacement theory, supposedly. And we saw this video yesterday regarding how black folks were mixing with Irish. Okay. So all I'm trying to do is just bring facts of there is such a thing as white cargo. Okay. The forgotten history of Britain's white slaves in America. Okay, so here we see that in this book, if you take the time to read through it, it actually tells you that black folks were given rights, just like the material I showed y'all yesterday, to enslave. Of course, black slavery had hideous aspects that whites did not experience, supposedly, but they suffered horrors in common, many of which were first endured by whites, in crude economic terms. Indentured servants sold their labor for a short period of time. In reality, they sold themselves. This is no lie. So when you are able to buy, like that person said, bought their slaves and were having sex with them, what kind of mixture do you get? See here, it's talking about how this book features some of the great names of American history who were the masters of white slaves as well as black. Who were the masters of white slaves as well as black. You see that? It tracks the ruthless kingpins of the white servant trade who bought and sold their human wares, sometimes disguising convicts as regular servants, sometimes hawking servants from settlement to settlement. And it tells the stories of those who sold and of those who sold themselves. Some refused to be victims and fought the system of runaway, by the rebellion, and even by murder. Many others succumbed to disease or exploitations or attack from native Indians. You see the difference here. There's quite a difference. Now, why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because, in case y'all don't know, this is a book called The Black Masters, a free family of color, and it's not available, okay? I find it odd, to be very frank with you. But a little bit that I could find, it kind of says a little bit here. Let me see if I can get to the point. I think I lost my space. Here it goes right here. I'll start here. It would commonly have been cheaper for a free black to hire the slaves of others than to risk his money in their ownership and to provide lodging and clothing and food for them. In many cases, the free blacks did pursue this course, but there was a deeper passion, that love of gain, in this unnatural arrangement. And this was ambition. It was a cold and selfish desire to attain a real and apparent superiority over other blacks. See this, and when we see it among people that are here in America claiming to say that they are Mexicans or Mayas or Incas or Aztecs, however they want to say it. But there was a deeper passion than love of gain in this unnatural agreement. So it wasn't even about money or ambition. It was about power or an apparent superiority over other blacks. It was ambition to rise into the class of masters and to stand so far as possible on the same level as white men. So that means you were also mixing and twerking and doing all that shit with them because you had power. You wanted to mix, you wanted to keep the ish, but you still wanted to be considered white standard because you didn't want to, again, I've told y'all there's different tribes in this concept here. But there were those who had far different motives. Free colored men sometimes owned their wives and children, and free colored women owned their families. You see this? Owned, meaning they bought them. They bought them. Chihuihuis. You bought your way into things. By this legal possession, they kept a member of their family safe from the operation of local laws that were invidious to the free blacks. Saying, I guess, in a way, that they were buying them family members because they didn't want other blacks to enslave them. Some of the states had laws that bore hard on free blacks. For certain periods, that there were laws that compelled a manumitted slave to leave the state. Thus, a Negro who freed his family might have decreed their separation from himself. There were also free blacks who purchased others for the purpose of manumitting them, but this class is not of importance to us in discussing the actual ownership of slaves by free blacks. Again, why am I bringing this up? Because you wobbles don't want to touch this. On the other one did. He said, my parents owned slaves. That's just a reality that we have to accept. So invaders enslaved you, but you also enslaved your own.
That's right.
It's very, very confusing. Now it says here, my own personal recollection brings no case to mind of free black man owning slaves. Booker T. Washington said that. Do you believe that shit? And this guy was a scholar. He went to school, very famous. I don't know nothing about slavery. I know nothing. I have no data to which I could refer to you. Hold on.
Gotcha, bitch.
No, hold on.
Fuck that puto. Fuck that puto.
Straight up, bro. I don't know nothing. I have no data to which I could refer you to the subject of the ownership of Negro slaves by free Negroes. I don't know nothing. And all the Ivy League schools and books that I've read, I've never read about a Negro owning other Negro. Which is a liar. And this is important for you guys to consider in case these guys want to look, check this out. Where are you at? Let's see, attention to new Negro as well as the new white youth in the country. No, that's not it. Let me see. Is this one it? Great many slaves were owned. Well, here it goes right here. A great many slaves were owned by free blacks before the war. Not only in this state, but throughout the South. FBA, what the hell is this? Wobbles. So how do you determine who's what and what's who? You say the other people, the invaders. You said black replacement theory, because that's what you guys are pushing. But here you're enslaving your own people? Well, who are you enslaving? Like, seriously, what's going on here? But throughout the South, in this state, there were quite a larger number of colored slave owners, most of whom were of the class known as quadroons. But some of them were mulattoes and full-blood Negroes who, as a rule, inherited property and afterwards added to it, probably by purchase. What's this mean? I don't get it. I don't understand. FBA, Wobbles, BHIs, y'all don't read this shit? You're saying you're scholars. Free colored people had a right to ownership and possession of slave property. You see this? As well as a movable property and other real estate. Slavery property had been considered real estate under our laws at that period. So when you saw documentation that showed property or real estate value, it considered them too. So now, how do you determine reparations? You see how this is so sopa de fideo shit? It's just everywhere, all over its place. You don't even know your own history. Oh, you're hiding it. I have never heard of a case where a free black owner of slaves voluntarily monumented his slaves.
Gotcha, bitch.
You don't even consider. On the contrary, it was a rule considered hard. Oh, on the contrary, they were as a rule considered hard taskmasters who got out of their slaves' property all that they could. Y'all didn't give a fuck about those people. And you got the nerve to come and tell us that we are not of this land? Y'all are evil as hell. First of all, for hiding it, and second of all, for doing this to your own people. I suppose that proof of this and the names of slave owners could be obtained from an examination of the assessment rolls of the city of New Orleans and the parishes previous to the war. But this is so long ago that the information could probably not be obtained without a great deal of labor and investigation. You don't think that they enslaved natives too?
Bruh. Que alguien me explique. Who are you?
Fucking evil people, bro. Y'all evil as fuck. And I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you guys are offended if I'm cussing. Unsubscribe. I don't give a shit. Let me hurry up because I only got a few minutes. So as we keep moving forward, okay, this is why this right here, the copper color race. Why aren't black Indians part of black history? Why? Why should these right here, brothers and sisters of ours, be considered fucking West Africans? These aren't Chihuahuas, bro. You're crazy. These aren't Chihuahuas, bro. You're tripping. You're tripping if you think these are Chihuahuas, bro. Hold on a second, family. You're tripping if you think these are. This is our gente right here. And yes, just because they have dark skin, that doesn't mean that they're blackity black. Black History Month, also known as American History Month, was the brainchild of Carter Whitson. Look, listen, this is the whole point of why I keep saying confabulation. Looking to bring attention to the contribution of African Americans is a non-black dominated American system, blah, blah, blah. The whole we, empathy for me, please. No, that shit is over. Galvanizing the energies and excitement of black teachers, activists. So this is why it's so confusing to me. 1865, supposedly slavery is over. But then within less than 40 years, y'all become doctors, lawyers, attorneys, governors, astronauts, artists. You have colleges, many of them. You have many books. I mean, you have physicians already that require years of practice. And I don't know how you could have practiced and where you could have practiced if you just became one, if you were supposed to be being oppressed and you wouldn't learn none of that shit. All of a sudden now, you just kind of grew out of nowhere. And we're supposed to believe that, just like we're supposed to believe the Willie Lynch letter, because I know that's a fucking lie too.
That's gonna hurt.
Black History Month in the course of 50 years grew from 1 week celebration to blah 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 blah. And again, it goes right here. They are called the copper colored people, according to Mexican dictionary, 1828. The Native American, also called Indians, were as described American, a noun, a Native American, originally applied to Aboriginals or copper colored race. You see how these idiots now, supposedly, founded here by the Europeans, but now applied to descendants of Europeans born in America. So Negroes of West Africa say that's you. So they go from here's this picture here, that's us, but then all of a sudden they switch it to this shit right here. All of a sudden, it goes from bad to worse. So now they're like, there are documentaries and literatures that make the claim that Black Indians, so they say, are the offsprings of Africans and natives intermingling. However, there is evidence that the term copper-colored is equivalent to Negro or Black, as well as brown, and that these copper-colored and Black people are the original occupants of this land. You see this shit?
That's gonna hurt.
Okay, so let's continue. Let's go.
While slavery existed in the American colonies through the establishment of the United States as a country until the end of the Civil War, there have been many misconceptions about slavery in general. Most Americans are not aware that there were some black former slaves and freemen who also owned black slaves, and some became very prominent in politics as well, despite the racial prejudice that existed. Some black slave owners inherited their slaves from their masters, who were themselves freed in their wills. Others were either born free or emancipated by their masters and then bought their own slaves, while others were able to buy their own freedom and that of their families. Who were these black slave owners, and how did they attain such a status in a white-dominated society? What set them apart from other blacks, and what made them comparable to whites in some of the colonies and later states? What changed in colonial society, altering the status of indentured servants to lifetime slaves, and why? Who was Anthony Johnson?
Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, former soldier, Marine Corps Scout Sniper, history professor, historian.
The vast majority of African Americans in the United States were enslaved, and all of the
Supposedly, but let's continue here real quick. Hold on. I don't want to show you that right now. I don't want to waste my time on that. Here it goes. Let's continue. All right. So again, why am I showing this? Because this is historical stuff here. Ana de Bolena. Because technically there is a history behind this. Let's go.
Todos hemos visto el bochornoso espectáculo que están dando plataformas como HBO o Netflix, cambiando a conocidos personajes históricos blancos por personajes negros, tales como Ana Bolena. La ignorancia en materia histórica ha dejado a estas plataformas sin un contenido que podría ser mucho más potente y original que hacer una versión más de tantas que se han hecho sobre la vida. Este tipo de consideración a estas plataformas sin un contenido que podría ser mucho más potente y original que hacer una versión más de tantas que se han hecho sobre la vida de Ana Bolena o sobre Los Miserables, cambiando nada más el color de la piel y poco más. La historia oficial siempre nos ha retratado al negro como un esclavo oprimido, olvidando a aquellos que ocuparon posiciones relevantes en la sociedad a lo largo de la historia, y que no son pocos. En este vídeo repasaremos los más importantes. Resulta increíble que en plena era del Black Lives Matter jamás se haya hecho una película o una serie del Fuerte Mosé, situado en la Florida del Imperio Español, pues fue el primer pueblo de negros libres de Estados Unidos, completamente autogestionado por ellos. En él se recibían esclavos huidos de la América inglesa, donde encontraban su libertad. Tal asentamiento estaba perfectamente articulado en el Imperio Español y cooperaba en la defensa del territorio.
Why is that important? Because of this. This is a picture I have here. Miscegenation. Miscegenation has been going on for quite some time. Between blackities and whiteys, okay? And as you can see, this man, how he's dressed. That's why I was like, who's the real masters, yeah? If you believe in the Bible, you know what that means. So we see white people, white women, here with black people. Now we see some people of light skin with black hair, servants. White people or natives? Who knows, right? But would see this French dressed dude, but he is black. I mean, unless you think he's something else. See this white guy, kind of like John Adams, introducing this white woman to him. Miscegenation. Miscegenation, I say. This has been going on for a long time. For a long time. This is not new under the sun. Miscegenation. Miscegenation. So you wobbles that claim, oh, well, you know, they see us and that's why we look. Look, this is why some of y'all have, or maybe your mama look like that. Okay? But this is not people of this land. You see the difference? You see the difference? And you see why some of y'all, or a lot of you guys, actually do look like this now. So this is back in a book from, you know, one of their favorite guys, right? What's his name? A pseudo historian. He does bring up some truth. Leo Africanus, referring to the Africans, European scholars. And the reason I brought this page up is because this study is not intended to prolong discussion about who the Moors were or who we were not. Scholars were not blind by the fog racism, or were not blinded by the fog of racism, or one of the voice that most of the Moors were Africanoid of origin. Many even of the Moradin Arabs who crossed the desert sand Arabia went down to their Islamic fervor in northern regions of Africa. Then crossing to Sahara and moving forward subward. Massive miscegenation did alter the picture, producing people who were of all shades, from jet black to very white. Dr. Chancellor Williams hits the nail on the head once and for all when he asked the question. Again, this is from, what's his nice name? Vansertima. That's right. Look, in his own book, in his own pseudo book, he says, now again, just who were the Moors? They love to say they're black Moors. The answer is very easy. The original Moors, like the original Egyptians, were black Africans. As amalgamation became more and more widespread, only the Berbers and Arabs and coloreds in the Moroccan territories were called Moors, while the darkest and black-skinned Africans were called blackamoors. Eventually, black, quote unquote, was dropped from blackamoor. In North Africa and Morocco in particular, all Muslim Arabs, mixed breeds, and Berbers are readily regarded as Moors later on. African blacks, having had even this name taken from them, must contend for recognition in Moors. That's what he said. I didn't say it. That's what he said. Here also is a book on, I believe, miscegenation. Here goes right here on the bottom. The second meaning of Jefferson's statement regarding blacks admixture with whites pertains to miscegenation and its effects upon black intelligence in black intelligence. Okay, so this is interesting, actually. I'm glad I bring this up because the brother right here, brother VTC, he posted something. And this is why you look like this, you stupid ass. This is why you look like this, okay? That's why you look like this. Not you, VTC. The brother you did a video on. You did a short on his ass. Hold on a second. Let me get to it. I'm going to show you. We're almost done. This is just a little enjoyable moment. Me taking the time to smash some wobbles real quick. Here it goes right here. Okay, so remember the miscegenation family? Miscegenation. This is one example of miscegenation. This is why this idiot thinks that he's an idiot. Because of the way he looks like. But he doesn't realize that miscegenation is a historical thing that you guys have been practicing for a long time. Long time. Right here, bro. You're a production of this picture right here. This is you. This right here. Here's your mama and your pappy right here, okay? So stop the bullshit. You can't play games with us no more. That's what you look like. You see that hair like that? You see that hair like that? That's like you right there. You're like the people in the middle, right there. That you goofy looking fool. Right there you go. Right
this is where the Asians get the concept.
Hey, shut your ass up. Okay? So this is why I'm telling you. Look, you see that? You look like a mixture between those two people right there. You see that, family? You see that? You get her and you get him. You get her and you get him. And you get that. Okay, let's go.
We don't come from the monkeys in Africa. We don't come from none of this trash right here. The Caucasian people descend to the hominids. We do not descend to hominids. That's their origin, not ours. And they don't come from no Caucasus Mountains neither. They do not come. They come from the Americans. Caucasians come from the Americans. That's what you know. They're not never gonna tell you that. They trying to hide that. They come from right here. They were apes at one point. They were apes. They had babies on their own. We don't come from the monkeys in Africa. We don't come from none of this trash right here. The Caucasian people descend to the hominids.
That's what you get when you have an admixture of those things. You become a chi-wee-wee, and this miscegenation has been going on for centuries. Look, they even passed laws about this shit here. I ain't giving you guys no sources because I don't give sources anyways. Fuck it, I don't care. It says, from which to choose, adding the range is wide enough and attractive enough to satisfy the most adventurous and exacting among us. He was not disposed to be disturbed by legitimate miscegenation and its intimate effects, as they would take care of themselves as they had done ever since the present European Caucasian race sprang from the Negro's ancestors, the Euro-African.
Let me try attention.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Again, here we go. Black Jewish congregations are made up of Caribbean island Negroes who are descendants of miscegenation between Sephardic Jews and blacks. Miscegenation. That's why you look like that.
We do not descend to hominids. That's their origin, not ours. And they don't come from no Caucasus Mountains neither. They do not come. They come from the Americans.
He has a problem with people that look like that. That's really the problem. That's really it. I guess you could say he's a fucking racist. Because if that's where I came from, I'd be proud of where the hell I'm from. So he's mad at the fact that this is his dad, and I guess he wanted his. I don't know. You know, because he's pointing at that African dude who he originates from, and he got a problem with that. See, he's like, he sees the people like this and like, nah, I don't want that. You see, he sees people like that. Look, that's what's bothering him. That's what's bothering him. You see this black man right here? He's mad at that.
8-foot bunch. Caucasians come from the Americans. That's what you know. They're not never gonna tell you that. They trying to hide that. They come from right here. They were apes at one point.
Apes at one point. We're almost done. My point is just to establish the cause. Check this out. Robert Smalls of Bayerford, a gingered cake Negro, moved to add the words. This is in regards to miscegenators. So these are in the Reconstruction times. You see, I'll give you an example. What really went on in that time, okay, this is what I think from what I read in history, is you have people of power knowing that they're about to lose the arm wrestling thing, right? So because they're about to lose, like in regards to Granada, when they finally lost the land, they agreed, as let's say two kings doing, like, okay, let me take this, you could take that, da 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 da, give me this time, blah blah blah. Just, you know, let's just kind of, fine, I lost the power, you can take over, but I want some of this for me. That's exactly what was going on in the Reconstruction Act family. Okay, that was going on right there.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Well, exactly. This picture has always been about a black and white checkerboard. Okay, so right here, this is what he says, and that any white person who lives and cohabits with a Negro, considering them, or mulatto, or person who shall have 1/8 or more of Negro blood shall be disqualified from holding any office of emolument or trust in the state. And the offspring of such living or cohabitation shall bear the name of the father and shall be titled to inherit. You see this? But remember the partes equita ventrum, it was based on the mom. But now he's saying, wait, hold on a second. As long as the white standard person, the child can have that title, not the slave. It says here, these are old snippets. The range is wide enough and attractive enough to satisfy. No, this is it. Oh, my bad. I went down. Here we see, check this out. Another book I got. Nimrod Negro. Although there is no evidence that it was practiced, racial intermarriage was not illegal until 1705. Chiwiwi. Yo, listen, this is why you look like that, Chiwiwi. That's why you look like that, bro. You're a Chiwiwi looking dude because your mama and your daddy did this right here. In 1705, it was not illegal for people to mix like that. Before then, most miscegenations would elicit. If it lay to bastardly, penalty for both races were generally same as for simple fornication. That's crazy, huh? In most cases, the court sought to determine paternity in order to prove the child support. Wow. Even then, y'all had problems. Fucking shit. You haven't changed. And this led to additional costs of the father. Usually the woman was whipped from 10 to 20 stripes or ordered to pay a 40 to 50 shillings fine. The man was given a similar number of stripes and then bound to pay weekly support or a lump sum to be administered over the years. This is not new to y'all. This is not new to you guys. I am so flabbergasted. The man was given a similar number. Hold on a second. In 1682, for example, Richard Pryor gave 30 pounds really to save Ipswich from maintaining his illegitimate child. The same year, John Tucker was fined £6 in order to pay on undisclosed amounts for birth and support. You see this? When the races mixed, the penalties were about the same. Come on, bro. You really want more? Your tic-tac chick or TikTok ain't gonna work. The races mixed, the penalties were about the same. William Rain, father of the child by an Indian servant. Father of a child by the Indian servant Anne paid 3 shillings a week for having a bastard. His wife, Hannah Bonnie, was well whipped. Her mate, Nimrod Negro, was also whipped and made to turn over 18 pence weekly for his offspring. Illegitimate Negro children were generally awarded financial support in amounts similar to those paid to white and mixed offspring. And you're still asking for reparations? In 1673, the Negro Salvanius provided 2 shillings 6 pence per week for his son's upbringing. Rape was a serious offense. So we see this Basto Negro was convicted in 1676 for raping the 3-year-old. Oh, God. Rape, a more serious offense, could be punished by death. The 2 Negro cases in the published records reveal the severity dealt offenders. Basto Negro was convicted in 1676 of raping the 3-year-old daughter of Robert Cox, his master. When Cox appealed Basto's death sentence, the jury substituted it 39 lashes and ordered him always to wear a rope about his neck to hang doomed to fit. If ever he was found without his rope, Basto would feel an additional 20 lashes. Shortly thereafter, John Negro confessed to pulling Sarah Phillips of a Salem of her horse and attempting to ravage her. Wow. Crazy. John's penalty for attempted rape was a £5 payment for Miss Phillips' prosecution. The court caused blah, 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 blah. Here, check this out. Let me see if I can get to this point here. Here it goes. Oh, no, I already read that. Oh, no. Did it? Oh, yeah, look. Moorish domination extended to parts of Italy. In 846 AD, they held the city of Rome in a state of siege, while in 870 and 878, they captured Sicily from Norman. 20 years later, the Moors took control of southern Italy by defeating Otto of Germany. As in Spain and Portugal, miscegenation took place on a wide scale between the Moors and the Italians, who at that time had large infusions of Germanic blood due to the invasion of the Goths and the Vandals. Like Portugal and Spain, the blood of Africa permeated through all the layers of Italian society and found its way into the leading families. Now, this is important before I finish, so we can get to this point here. We're seeing the miscegenation and all that concept, right? Okay, so I'll come back to that in a little bit, but here's why I find this very striking. We see this here? See this here? There was influence already. And mixture, admixture. You see this chiwiwi? You see this chiwiwi right here? You see the little waves and shit? That's where you get it from. Your admixture. You're not of this land. Shut your ass up. Don't play stupid with me. This is exactly why I don't doubt that there was admixture already, way before. That's why you guys look the way you look like that in Europe, for God's sake.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
You look that way over there. Look. 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 Of course there was influence. There was admixture. Why do you think the courts like that look like that, family? You think it's because they had curly hair like that? No. If you see the actual texture of that type of thing they wear in their courts, look at this right here, right? We're going to get a good picture of this. We're almost done. Look at that, right? So check this out. Same thing here. But this is the interesting part. Look at that right there. Look at that. What the hell is that, bro? What the fuck's going on here? What's going on here, family? Were they already admixture going on and shit? Like, is this what's going on? Yeah. This is what's going on. They knew what was going on. Like, even in these like little snippets here. The name of Hannibal Hamlin recalls those medals issued during the campaign in 1860. You see, it said Mr. Hamlin was given such a swarthy complexion that perhaps these very medals confirmed the belief in the lie industriously circulated in the South that one of his parents was a mulatto and that he was named in honor of the great Carthaginian to blazon his African descent before the world. All the events, thousands of people in the South actually believed that Lincoln and a nigger were the Republican candidates. So here the Carthaginians, in case you don't know, was an empire of North Africa, present-day Tunisia, founded by Phoenicia, Tyre, Carthage, a major economic and military power, Mediterranean. Okay? That's who they are. Tyre, Phoenician city. And who are these people? This is from another book I have. They, however, come near to the truth of whom conceived that by these words it's indicated some of the ancient colonies of the Phoenicians who settled in Ireland, so to speak. For it is admitted and established opinion that the Phoenicians was invented by the Greek in imitation of the Hebrew form of an expression, Phoenic Anak, that is the son of Anak, or Anicians. Anak, as we have said. Now, you brothers, indigenous brothers that don't believe in the Bible, and they bring stuff to you like this, they call you a Canaanite. This is why you got to study this, because you're going to find out why. So then you can bring it back to them. Are we those big-ass people? Anak was, as he said, was a giant, and the son of Arba, whence come Anakim, in the plural giants. And being founders of that race, the Greeks thought the inhabitants of Syria had derived their origin from him. Indeed, it were correct to say Beni Anak, but the Greek always softened the Hebrew B in a manner. So check this out. Who are these Anak? Joshua spoke to them, if you believe in the Bible, of who they are. a great man among the Anakims. The city of Arbab, the father of Anak. Caleb drove thence to the three sons, Joshua 15:14 of Anak. Joshua 21:11, and they gave the city of Arba, father of Anak. Who are these people? If you look up in the Bible who they are, you'll find out who they are. Deuteronomy 2:10, as the Anakims. They were considered giants. People that were tall. Are you natives fucking giants? Are you giants? Are you guys tall like Shaquille O'Neal? A great people and tall, the children of Anakim. The children of Anakim. You look up, if you do your due diligence on who they are, you're going to find out who they are. Okay? They're of the lineage of Ham. Our people saw them as giants. We were like grasshoppers to them. So again, it says here that these are so-called Phoenicians. Beni Anak, Phoenicia, or Punishi, or Pini should all stand to the same thing, the Phoenicians. In former times, Benik and Fianak was used as abbreviation for Beni Anak, and from the name thus abbreviated, the African Phoenicians. So here's my point, but that the Phoenicians affected the name of the Beni Anak and the sons of Anicians and would have themselves so designated, you may infer from the fact of their calling the city of Carthage, built by them, Chandra Anak. Anakim. Anak. If you believe in the Bible, you'll find out who they are. And if you don't, then you need to start doing your homework on this. It says here, Numbers 13:29, the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites dwell in the mountain, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast. You see this here? That's here. Nevertheless, verse 28, the people he be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great, and moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. So they're all together, and these people here, they were all considered big too. Again, it's up to you to believe it or not. Just do your homework. Do your homework. Do your homework. Now, I would have showed you guys more, but I'm going to call it a night now. I think, again, it was just trying to, show you guys some stuff that I still have. And I do have the video of the other person that I'll do it another day. Here's another example of areas that they took us. Okay. Aside from the other map that I gave you guys. Let me see if I can get to this point. Here, let's listen to it a little bit more.
Los ingleses quisieron atacarlo, en parte porque daba cobijo y libertad a algunos de sus esclavos, condecorado con la orden de Carlos III y la de Isabel I la Católica, y luchó contra aquellos que querían la secesión de España. Y mucho más emocionantes serían las aventuras de los conquistadores negros, porque la conquista de América no fue solo una alianza de españoles blancos e indígenas. Entre esos españoles blancos también los había negros, además de mujeres e incluso niños. Estos negros solían participar en las conquistas para ganar un buen dinero para comprar su libertad. En no pocos casos lograban mucho más que eso, pues a los conquistadores se les compensaba con tierras, las famosas encomiendas, y algunos de los dueños de estas encomiendas eran estos conquistadores negros. Los nombres más importantes de los que se tiene constancia son Juan Valiente, Juan Garrido, Juan García, Juan Bardales, Sebastián Toral, Antonio Pérez, Miguel Ruiz o Gómez de León, y siendo algunos negros y mulatos terratenientes, se dio la paradoja de que estos también poseyeron a su vez esclavos negros. En el ámbito académico también hay historias que contar, nada más y nada menos que el primer catedrático negro de Europa obtuvo su cátedra en la España del siglo XVI. Hablamos de Juan de Sesa, que empezó su vida como esclavo y terminó de catedrático de gramática en la Universidad de Granada. Se le llamó Juan Latino por su extraordinario dominio del latín. Se convirtió en un profesor respetado por su comunidad, se casó con una dama de la alta sociedad y llegó a tener relación incluso con el mismísimo hermano de Felipe II, Juan de Austria. Escribió varias publicaciones convirtiéndose en el único escritor africano del Renacimiento español y primer catedrático de Occidente. Sus escritos fueron admirados por personajes de máxima importancia como Miguel de Cervantes, quien le cita en su prólogo del Quijote, o de Lope de Vega, quien le admiró tanto que dijo que quería ser el Juan Latino blanco. Otra historia de superación digna de una película.
The Rosen School of Hebrew is a prestigious academy for the study of modern Hebrew.
El siglo XVIII fue muy prolífico para los mulatos, ya que fue cuando más se titularon en las universidades hispanoamericanas. Un libro del Colegio de México nos resume las vicisitudes que tenían los estudiantes de orígenes humildes, tanto mulatos como indígenas como blancos, para estudiar en la universidad, ya que a las élites no les gustaba que gente de orígenes innobles estudiaran con ellos en la universidad. Uno de esos mulatos llegó a tener mucho renombre. Hablamos de José Manuel Valdés, que estudió medicina y llegó a ser catedrático en la Universidad de San Marcos de Lima. Fue miembro de la Real Academia Médica de Madrid a principios del siglo XIX, luchó por la independencia del Perú y se convirtió en el primer parlamentario negro de la República del Perú. Pero si lo que quieren son protagonistas femeninas y negras, no se preocupen, señores de Netflix, que en el Imperio Español hay historias para todos los gustos de la corrección política.
La presencia de mujeres africanas enterradas en el interior del templo nos habla precisamente de cómo las mujeres africanas tenían acceso a una serie de espacios que inicialmente pensábamos eran exclusivos para los europeos. Muy probablemente gran parte de esta población africana no era esclava, era población libre, que participaba en estas actividades, incluyendo las comerciales en la ciudad de Panamá.
También las rebeliones de esclavos se sucedieron en varios puntos del Imperio Español, en algunos casos dando como resultado emplazamientos autogestionados por ellos. Una de esas rebeliones fue la que protagonizaron los ascendientes de los llamados mulatos de Esmeraldas. Esmeraldas es una región que hoy se encuentra en el actual Ecuador. Estos mulatos eran descendientes de esclavos que, tras rebelarse, se convirtieron en caciques de territorios indígenas, razón por la cual llevan esos adornos dorados en la cara típicos de la gente del lugar. La obra fue pintada a finales del siglo XVI, en la visita que estos mulatos...
You see this? This was painted in the late 1600s, late 1600s, right? But these were people of African descent, okay? So they weren't Chihuahuas, they were Africans, right? But here they pass as... Kidding, no, they pass as wobbles, like, we're the real people, and now the wobbles use these pictures and think like Chihuahuas and think, oh no, this is who we were. No, stupid asses. These guys know that they were Africans and they enslaved us and took power over. And yes, we were dumb and stupid, and it's all good. That shit ain't happening no more.
hicieron a Quito, donde fueron agasajados con multitud de regalos por parte de las autoridades españolas. Finalmente, rindieron vasallaje ante el rey Felipe III y sus cacicazgos fueron aceptados por este. Por esa razón, enviaron este retrato al rey como forma de presentarse ante él. Su lienzo llegó a estar expuesto en la mayor pinacoteca del mundo, el Museo del Prado de Madrid, de cuya colección forma parte.
Hola, me llamo Román. Desde que nací me he fracturado más de 20.
En el Imperio Español, ser esclavo no era equivalente a no tener ningún derecho. Un esclavo podía comprar su libertad, tener y transferir propiedades y dinero, e incluso demandar.
Hey, so wobbles, stupid asses, y'all think that this is a mixture of white and black or white or whatever else you think they are. Or you think that this is you guys. Stick around, you're going to learn something. I'm going to give you guys another half hour. Let's go.
Derecho. Un esclavo podía comprar su libertad, tener y transferir propiedades y dinero, e incluso demandar ante los tribunales a su amo si recibía un trato demasiado cruel por parte de este. Existen sentencias.
The difference here, we see this person, black, right? Black, dark, and we see this person, not the same. You see that? Different. Different, but let's continue. They supposedly all of a sudden they gave us this map of colorism. Well, it's because they mix with that and they mix with that and that with that. And that's why you guys are mamzers and you're mixed breed and you know what I'm saying, all that shit. But anyway, let me hurry up because I gotta show you this stupid ass right here. Anyway, let's go.
A no tener ningún derecho. Un esclavo podía comprar su libertad, tener y transferir propiedades y dinero, e incluso demandar ante los tribunales a su amo si recibía un trato demasiado cruel por parte de este. Existen sentencias en las cuales los esclavos fueron liberados por los tribunales debido al trato cruel que les daban sus amos. Tal es el caso que el científico Alexander von Humboldt presenció en Lima, en el cual una ama había maltratado cruelmente a su esclava con unas tijeras, y el juez decidió que esa esclava debía ser liberada. Este tipo
By the way, I believe that these were made up, like no Lobo, make sure. Nah, you guys already knew who you were. These are the Swarthy people. Look how he's dressed. This is a person that came with power and enslaved and bought her. Partis sequitur ventrum. Let's continue.
Tipo de consideraciones no estaban presentes en el Imperio Británico o el francés. La mayoría de negros o mulatos destacados que se conocen son del siglo XVIII.
La mayoría de negros o mulatos. Let's continue.
Como Chica da Silva, que de momento es la única que ha conseguido una serie de ficción dedicada íntegramente a su vida. Se trata de una negra brasileña que logró escalar socialmente al convertirse en la concubina de un rico portugués llamado João Fernández. Este tipo de relaciones eran comunes en Brasil, pero esta destacó por la importancia de Fernández y por su larga duración. La pareja tuvo muchos hijos y al separarse, Fernández se llevó a los varones a Portugal, donde recibieron educación, ocuparon buenos cargos y hasta obtuvieron títulos de nobleza. Da Silva se quedó con las hijas y con importantes propiedades en Brasil, convirtiéndose en una señora de la alta sociedad y llegando a tener sus propios esclavos. Otro caso muy parecido.
This African person that was in Brazil ended up with power. She ended up having her own slaves. Let's continue.
El de Chica da Silva se dio en la Luisiana francesa. Se trata de Marie-Thérèse Métoyer, una mujer que también empezó como esclava hasta que un rico
we saw that yesterday.
francés la quiso liberar a ella y a sus hijos, casarse y tener más hijos. Tras el divorcio, él regresó a Francia y ella se quedó con todas sus propiedades y más de 200 esclavos, convirtiéndose así en una de las
More than 200 slaves. Were they white, black, native? Which ones were they? And if so, how are you going to figure out the reparations? For who? Let's continue. Are you going to give this rich black woman or her descendants, because they look black probably today, reparations? And again, how are we determining who's what, who's who? Are you telling me this woman is a native? Because that's what you're going to say. Oh, that's the original people. Look at her hair. We know what she is, miscegenation with power.
Las mujeres más ricas de Luisiana, y por supuesto, sus herederos disfrutaron de sus riquezas. También hubo africanos que alcanzaron su relevancia ya en África.
Yeah, it actually did happen. By the way, it actually did happen, and that's where you get the Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you know the Trail of Tears, what actually is because of that. It's because of that, the Trail of Tears, supposedly, right? So then they go and complain, oh, it was Black Wall Street. Well, whose land did you take for you to get there? Because you fought for slavery too. Black folks fought for slavery just like they fought for no slavery, supposedly. It was really about control. Like today. Without guns.
Como William Anzac Sesaracu, hijo de John Corrente, gobernante de Anomabo, en la actual Ghana. John Corrente suministraba esclavos a los europeos y mandó a su hijo William.
See this? This is a powerful person from Ghana. Listen to what he says.
Como William Anzac Sesaracu, hijo de John Corrente, gobernante de Anomabo, en la actual Ghana. John Corrente suministraba esclavos a los europeos y
see, he would administer slaves to the Europeans. This black man. This black man that he looks like Chiwiwi's dad right here. Right? He looks like Chiwi. Look. How's that different? Look at that. How's that different? Him, how's that different than this? How are you saying you're not the same people? Look at that. What are you talking about, man? Him, and him on top, same kind of lip structure, same nose, same eyebrows. Look, same lips, same eye shape. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, bro? Let's go.
Gobernante de Anomabo, en la actual Ghana. John Corrente suministraba esclavos a los europeos y mandó a su hijo William a ser educado en Gran Bretaña. Sin embargo, el capitán del barco que transportaba a William hasta Inglaterra le traicionó y le vendió como esclavo en Barbados. Al enterarse el padre de su paradero...
So this guy from Ghana, leader, was buying and selling slaves to British. He sends his son on as his behalf, but in that ship, out in the sea, they get caught up and they sell him as a slave. Woo! Bro, let's go.
Años después, solicitó a los británicos su liberación y ya sí pudo estudiar en Gran Bretaña y terminar siendo diplomático y traficante de...
Look at the picture. Look at the face of his son. You see what I'm saying, bro? Hey, look, like this guy could stay here and say, hey, that's our people, because look at his hair, it's waving. Let's go.
Esclavos. Sí, no pocos traficantes de esclavos eran africanos que los capturaban y los suministraban a los europeos. Otro destacado diplomático africano fue Miguel de Castro, emisario del Congo. Cuando una parte del territorio congoleño había cambiado de manos portuguesas a manos neerlandesas, Castro quiso solicitar a los neerlandeses su mediación en un conflicto local que un conde tenía con el monarca congoleño. Su
When Portuguese either lost or gave up power to the Dutch, he was a slaver already of Africans in Congo, and he goes and tries to negotiate with the Dutch. Come on, family, for real, bro? Come on, bro. These chihuihuis got a lot of explaining to do. Which one's who? Which one's who? Let's go.
travesía le llevó por el Brasil neerlandés, donde fue recibido por su gobernador, y finalmente terminaría en Países Bajos, obteniendo audiencia con el príncipe de Orange. Durante este
Well, yeah, he ended up having a good audience and he ended up doing real work, real good contracts with the Netherlands. Let's go.
esta estadía fue retratado por un pintor holandés, al igual que sus sirvientes.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and helps your best ideas become real.
También hubo negro y finalmente terminaría en Países Bajos, obteniendo audiencia con el príncipe de Orange. Durante esta estadía fue retratado por un pintor holandés, al igual que sus sirvientes. También hubo negros que destacaron en Europa, como Anton Wilhelm Amo. No se sabe a ciencia cierta sobre sus orígenes, pero se cree que fue secuestrado en Ghana y vendido en Europa por esclavistas neerlandeses.
He was stolen in Ghana, but then sent over to other people. Let's go.
Una vez llega a Europa, termina siendo regalado a los duques de Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel, en Alemania, quienes lo mandaron a estudiar a la Universidad de La Haye. Se convirtió así en doctor en filosofía, además de conocer numerosas lenguas. En algunas fuentes se le considera el primer negro
1739, let's not forget the time frame. Let's go.
de Europa que estudió en la universidad, pero el ya mencionado Juan Latino lo conseguiría casi 2 siglos antes en España. Si bien su trabajo en filosofía fue admirado, no logró integrar.
You telling me, bro, that you don't look like them? You telling me that you don't look like them? Your lips, your nose, your hair a little bit, they're just darker skinned than you. That's your mom and your dad. Why are you running from who you are?
integrarse en la sociedad germana, ni logró casarse con ninguna mujer. Posiblemente por esta razón escribió su obra El derecho de los africanos en Europa, en la que reivindicaba la igualdad de derechos. Posteriormente volvió a su Ghana natal, donde terminó sus días. Un caso parecido fue el de Francis Williams, el primer negro que estudió en Gran Bretaña, concretamente en la Universidad de Cambridge, la cual no conservó su registro, aunque sí que consiguió la ciudadanía británica. Williams era un jamaicano de padres libres que se dedicaban al negocio del azúcar. Eran ricos y tenían esclavos.
Okay, so listen. He was supposedly a Jamaican, studied abroad, and had slaves.
Gonna hurt.
Chiwiwi. Chiwiwi. Explain this to me. So who's who? Is this the African on the right and you guys are the slaves? I mean, you see this? See, the truth is coming out, and now you got to answer to all of this shit because you're trying to attack us in a certain way. So I'm giving you, okay, so as you're doing this, and what the hell does all this mean? For BHIs to all of y'all, FBAs, every single one of you stupid asses.
Por lo que también tenían posibles para costear los estudios de su hijo. Parece ser que se convirtió en el experimento del conde de Sandwich, quien pretendía demostrar que los negros podían perfectamente estudiar como los blancos, lo cual fue la llave que le abrió la puerta para que le dejaran estudiar. El experimento salió tan bien que Williams terminó fundando una escuela en Jamaica en la que fue maestro. Aunque, por otro lado, no hacía falta ningún experimento, como la duquesa de Westminster, Natalia Grosvenor. Uno de sus hijos mulatos también fue un destacado militar en el ejército ruso. Junto a este caso podríamos citar también el de Alessandro de Medici.
That's called the Medici, the Duke of Medici. You see this? You see that guy? Hey, yeah, exactly, bro.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Hold on a second.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
You can't be a slave and a master at the same time.
That puto. Fuck that puto.
How different did he look than this guy right here? You see? You see this? Curly hair, light skin, right? Curly hair, light skin. Curly hair, light skin. Curly hair, light skin. But you ain't a native, vato.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Fuck that puto. Fuck that puto.
pues fue otro gobernante en Europa, esta vez mulato, al ser reconocido como hijo ilegítimo de Lorenzo II de Medici con una sirvienta africana. Fue el primer duque de Florencia en el siglo XVI.
See that, family? You see this dookie dude right here? You see this dookie dude? This is like, what's that quarterback from the Kansas City Chiefs? It's like him. You see what I mean, family? You see, this is what I'm talking about. Who are you guys, man? Who are you, girl? Like, seriously, bro. This is you right here. Yo, listen, bro. Listen. Chiwi-wee. This is you right here. Let's go.
Podríamos citar también el de Alessandro.
Miscegenation. Miscegenation. Let's go.
De Medici, pues fue otro gobernante en Europa, esta vez mulato, al ser reconocido como hijo ilegítimo de Lorenzo II de Medici con
I mean, shit, you know what? They would even use that picture and be like, yo, that guy's a native, bro. That guy should be a native. Look at this, man. Look at it now. But miscegenation all the way, every day. Every day.
Una sirvienta africana. Fue el primer duque de Florencia en el siglo XVI. Posteriormente surgieron otros, quienes, además de destacar, lucharon por los derechos de los africanos, como Oulaudah Equiano, que de niño fue secuestrado en África y vendido como esclavo. Pasó por numerosos dueños y uno de ellos le puso el nombre del monarca sueco Gustavus Vasa como burla. El nombre igualmente le acompañaría por toda su vida. Uno de sus dueños le matriculó en la escuela y posteriormente, gracias a su trabajo como marinero y comerciante, ahorró lo suficiente para comprar su libertad. Equiano terminó asentándose en Londres e integrándose entre los grupos que querían la abolición de la esclavitud. Algunas personas de la alta sociedad londinense le animaron a escribir y le ayudaron a difundir su obra autobiográfica con el fin de dar a conocer las calamidades que suponía ser esclavo. Se casó con una inglesa y su hija se casó con un reverendo. Equiano sostenía que se podía luchar contra la segregación racial a través del matrimonio mixto. Durante mucho tiempo se pensó que este retrato era de Equiano, pero una investigación más reciente indica que pudo ser Ignatus Sancho, un esclavo que nació en un barco y
I didn't realize it wasn't on mute. Hey, that's probably why they say Sancho, Sancho. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Que también logró comprar su libertad, convirtiéndose en escritor y entrando también en el movimiento abolicionista inglés. Al igual que Equiano, la llegada de Napoleón supuso su arresto, por tener el cargo de comandante de brigada jefe de la Gendarmería de Santo Domingo, y terminaría sus días en presidio. Napoleón, además, restauró la esclavitud en aquel departamento. En las 13 colonias inglesas hay que hablar de la gran cantidad de potentados negros y sobre todo mulatos que fueron propietarios de esclavos en Norteamérica desde la colonización inglesa, e incluso llegaron a tener sirvientes blancos que eran presidiarios obligados.
They ended up having white slaves. So I'll play that later because I'm going to end it with this. So let's listen to this idiot right here. All of a sudden now he's mad because now he's protesting. He's protesting. This is an old video, but he's protesting regarding politics. I thought she was about Bible shit. Let's go.
Why can I ask you a question? It's only about you, but these will be your people. So let me ask y'all, what about the immigrants in Haiti? How y'all feel about the people in Haiti? How do y'all feel about the people in Haiti? How y'all feel about the people in Haiti? Are you for the people in Haiti too that's been discriminated against? Are you for the people in Haiti that's been discriminated against? You are? Thank you for shaking your head, yes. So why aren't y'all answering that, right? Everybody should have a fair chance, right? People from all of South America.
Can I my team to be able to line up, please?
Okay. Well, okay, but you don't have nothing. I asked you a question you don't want to answer. What about the people in Haiti? What your folks, right? Is the people in Haiti your folks? Are the people? Okay, so why don't you want to? What about the people in Haiti? What about the people in Haiti? Don't y'all care about them too? Do you not care about the people in Haiti? Do you care about the people in Haiti? Or are you just for Hispanics? Are you just for only light-skinned people? Are you not for dark-skinned people? How you doing? What you think about the people in Haiti? How you feel about that?
Oh man, I'm very terrible about it.
That's terrible, right?
How about yourself?
I feel great. I feel great. But everybody deserves
Your son.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
Haiti?
am I from Haiti? No, I'm from Israel.
Israel?
Yeah. I'm God chosen.
So you're from Israel? Really? You were born in Israel? You were born in Israel? Really? Let's continue. Look at this funky ass fool right here. That's miscegenation right here. This is why I'm wondering, like, how do you guys follow this idiot here? Like, that dude is half white, half black. This miscegenation right here, bro. They're like related. Look at that. They ain't no different. Except he don't like that dude up there. He does, apparently. Right? But look. We just seen a bunch of like Medici and shit. Look. Look at this shit. Look at his pointy ass nose. Look at his thin ass lips, bro. You're a white man. Shut your ass up.
But let me ask you this: how come I don't see people marching for the people in Haiti down here? Why aren't, like I see when it comes to immigration reform in New Mexico, Texas, California, Arizona, we see a lot of people like her, right, marching for people that's Hispanic by the millions. How come y'all not marching for people in Haiti?
It's for everyone.
It's for where? I see you talking. I asked her a question. She said we're not taking questions.
So let me ask you, Mamzer, or a white man with a tan, are you going out there marching for people in Haiti?
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Are you out there? Is this what you're about? Is what you teach your people to like push politics and shit? Or what? I don't get it. I don't get it, yo. I don't get it, yo. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I was going to listen to a little bit of that, but let's finish it with this because this is more important. Have a good night, family. After this, I'm done.
A la servidumbre. El primer propietario registrado en las 13 colonias, concretamente en Virginia, fue Anthony Johnson, a mediados del siglo XVII. Era un sirviente procedente de la Angola portuguesa que terminó teniendo sus tierras y sus propios sirvientes. Hubo multitud de negros y sobre todo mulatos libres que corrieron la misma suerte hasta que las leyes de Virginia cambiaron y aplicaron el principio romano que decía que un hijo debía tener siempre el estatus de su madre. Y como las madres de los mulatos normalmente eran esclavas, pues esto dificultó bastante que más mulatos fueran propietarios al no poder escoger el estatus de su padre, que era el blanco propietario. Los casos más llamativos se darían en el Estados Unidos del siglo XIX. Uno de los más destacados fue William Ellison, y llegó a ser el mayor propietario de esclavos de Carolina del Sur, llegando a comprar incluso a la que fue la madre de sus hijos. Como lo oyen, el negro que se transformó en el mayor propietario de esclavos negros de uno de los estados más esclavistas de Norteamérica. Tiempo después, los descendientes de estos esclavos libertos que llegaron a ser ricos continuaron con la labor de sus padres. Tal es el caso de Antoine de Buclet, en Luisiana, hijo de padres libres que llegó a ser uno de los hombres más ricos y con más esclavos de Luisiana, e incluso tuvo una...
See, the richest, one of the richest with the most slaves in Louisiana.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
So what do you call that? That's what we call chihuihuis. Wobbles, confused, that confabulate, that are like they're basically filling in the gaps of a fucked up memory. This is a psychological issue which needs psychological treatment. Dear white people, please help them. They need your help.
Una carrera política, aunque sin duda el caso más curioso de todos es el de la esclava Disley Pope, quien al comprar su libertad quiso comprar también la de su marido. Por desgracia, las leyes ponían trabas a la compra de esclavos para luego liberarlos, y cuando eran libertos, lo normal es que les obligasen a cambiar de estado. Entonces Pope compró a su pareja pero no la liberó, por lo que técnicamente era su esclavo.
See that? Get the hell out of here with that bullshit, bro. Like, for real, you end up buying the slave and then you don't end up letting the slave go. This is nuts. Let's continue. What was done?
En una discusión entre ambos, ella se enfadó tanto que vendió a su marido a su vecino blanco. Cuando se le
Damn, she actually sold his stupid ass to the neighbor, bro.
pasó el enfado, ella quiso recuperarlo, pero el vecino se negó a devolverlo.
That was a black woman selling that, dude. Okay, let's go.
En otros casos, personas en la misma posición que Disley Pope intercambiaron miembros de sus familias por despecho o por sacar beneficios.
Either sell their own family members or hate the spice. Oh, God, let's go.
También hubo negros ex esclavos como Nathaniel Butler, que se dedicaron al tráfico de esclavos e incluso a devolver a los fugados a sus dueños, sacando por todo ello un gran beneficio. Otros se dedicaron...
The way, you so-called African Americans that are not in this spirit, that you know who you are, what I believe is, spiritually speaking, this guy is trying to fucking traffic your heritage, trying to sell you some shit, like trying to traffic your spirit into believing some shit that you're not. This is a demon right here in a sense. Let's go.
Dedicaron a todo lo contrario, como Frederick Douglass, un esclavo que huyó y se asentó en el norte.
That was white, supposedly, that's the story.
donde estuvo muy involucrado en los movimientos abolicionistas y por los derechos de la mujer. Fue precursor del movimiento por los derechos civiles. Se casó con una mujer blanca causando gran controversia y logró un puesto como funcionario, además de ser escritor. Llegó a asesorar a Abraham Lincoln, a quien le recomendó armar también a los negros para luchar en la guerra civil, y arengó a los negros en favor de la causa. Posteriormente, ocupó el cargo de cónsul general de Haití hasta que renunció y se disculpó ante las pretensiones imperialistas de Estados Unidos sobre el país. Desde entonces, se convirtió en un defensor de la causa haitiana. Un caso parecido al de Douglas fue el de Louis Hayden, un esclavo que también se escapó junto a su familia y que terminó en el norte luchando en favor del abolicionismo, llegando a formar parte del Partido Republicano y ser legislador. También fue gran maestro masón, junto a otros negros, pese a la discriminación que...
Oh, that's right there. And that's what I wanted to show you. He was, how does he become a slave?
Legislador. También fue gran maestro masón.
And then a grand master mason. So all of this wobbles that all you wobbles and BHIs and FBAs that, you know, you're all singing a story of poor me. It's not us, it's y'all. Get the hell out of here with that shit, okay? This right here caught my attention. That's why I wanted to show you this at the end. Aside from that, family, I think it's well enough documented that these people are full of shit. And again, we're going to continue to push this. I'm about to smash wobbles all day, every day, family. I'm going to get rid of chihuahuas for y'all, bro. Just like I was slashing Canaanites and they don't show up, I'm going to move on to this shit right here because I'm very intrigued now. Now you're trying to steal my heritage. Nah, can't do that. Let's finish it off with this. You guys have a good night. All right? This is really what they want. These BHIs and these rooms, this is what they want. Have a good night, family. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share as well. Keep in mind, listen to what he says. He says that the majority of certain women are going to be decimated. But it's okay because he still has the so-called Hispanic ones because they're still the same people. But if they're the same people, why would you say that only blacks would be decimated like that? The women, but not these. Wouldn't it be the same shit? Nah. They know what's up, fam. Don't play stupid with me. Have a good night.
Think about what this guy is saying.
2/3 of you was not going to wake up, and I see that crystal clear. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes are too far in love with the damn white man, his woman, and children. Are you too damn much in love with the African, they women and children? Are you too damn much in love with the East Indian, they women and children? You're in love with everybody but your own women and your own children and each other. Your woman loves everybody but you. And the ones of you that can't get that corrected, you're going to die. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of your black women going to die. I see that. That crystal see that. A lot of them going to die. Only about 10% of them going to make it. 90% of them ain't no damn good. I'm going to tell you plainly, and the Bible says the same thing. 90% of the black women ain't no damn good, and they going to die. 2/3 of you black men ain't no damn good, and you going to die. And that goes for the West Indian and the Puerto Rican, because the Most High only bring them 1/3 of the nation of Israel out. But when this black woman dies, when they get killed, the 90%, they ain't going to be missed. Because we got the Puerto Ricans, that's our women. The Indian off the reservation are our women. The Mexican is our women. That's the nation of Israel. The Central Americans are our women. The South American Indians, they are our women. So this black woman that want to be with the white man and everybody else, she ain't going to be missed. This black woman that want to be a man, she ain't going to be missed. She going to die. Because playing time going to come to an end. Everything going to be in its proper place or it's going to die. You're going to be running around acting like no damn...
That explains the 12 tribes chart.
Have a good night. Take care, all right? Hasta luego.
Yeah, man, a real. This is the cipher tweet. Ahora Babylon real. En esta ocasión traigo a los gangsters más gangsters de la zona. Y vengo con la familia gang. ¿Cómo dice? Yeah, man, a real. Traigo el mensaje puro y crudo para el momento. No palabras vanas que rompen los sentimientos. Lucharé y derribaré los muros del lamento. Pídeme pues te daré los sueños que están muertos. Nunca el demonio dio mensajes de amor, pero tampoco los dio el ángel que nos abandona. Quizás miremos diferente el reloj, pero tu cielo es el infierno donde el amor murió. Political violence, criminal physical redemption hasta cacaca del baile. Typical styler, musical fraile. Mucha es la promesa en la que se han llevado el aire. Love, love, love. Siente verdad como doy mi corazón. No more, no more, no more. It's a reggae cipher. Feed the world. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? El de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
Fue que me brotaron alas y ganas de volar. En las buenas mi terreno lleno, en las malas solar. Un muro que decorar, mis hermanos me sirven de guía, mi estrella polar. Guarda los hilos, me duele hasta respirar. Solo quiero ver verdad. Sigo buscándome lejos de lo que piensas. Más fácil de lo que crees, el esfuerzo trae recompensas. Vale la experiencia si es intensa. No tires de la cuerda si está tensa. Miraban al ocaso con tristeza. Las estrellas devolvían con grandeza su mirar. Nos vimos floreciendo en la maleza. La belleza de las piezas y comienzan a encajar.
Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? El de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
51, 52, con un micro de bambú, más vuelta que Passepartout. Me siento en la old school. It's magnetic kung fu, it's a reggae magnatur. Por las almas sonrientes que acompañan a Zazú. En bambalinas y balú, son rimas de menú, no salidas de Benur, pero calidad y del sur. Homie, always lonely, but I feeling like a gangsta. 52, 53, a mí sí me ves venir, por eso me llaman King, ese fue mi devenir. De marchar o seguir, nunca tuve que elegir, la music me eligió a mí, no tengo nada más que decir. Saifa, Puniga, Loba, Grimble, Fire, Killerman, Smoker, Chusta, feel like a Rasta, Child Metal, Kimanes, original a reggae Saifa again.
Interna en la villa del pingüino, de los que alinean la antena y los que se encuentran dormidos zarandean tus emociones cual barril de vino, cosas feas quizás en tus ideas, pero aquí no, yo no atino, disparo sin mirar a todo aquel vampiro que el diente quiera hincarme, bro. Si lo digo, no es para pensar, sino para aclarar lo que de siempre estás pensando. Acaba el tan magnífico, imposible de torcer metal, so start my friend, reggae warriors again, making connection after connection, my new world, creating the freedom from them, me more. Nanny boy represent this game.
What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? Es de reventar el beat. Throw the tangle in the street. Reggae music on the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de
No hace falta presentación si existe nivel. Sobreviviendo en Babilonia escribí al papel mis problemas cuando al final pude entender que para ser feliz solo tienes que querer. Que solamente hay una vida y es para vivir. Busca siempre una alternativa para seguir. No dejes nunca que te digan que no es así. Y prende un poco de sativa para estar chill. Ey, superando ansiedades con el humo de cancha. Manchas de un pasado trágico en la cancha. Seguimos siendo fuertes, su mierda no me engancha. Mientras otros esperando a que lleguen en lancha. No matter where you come, no matter where you come from. Solo importa que prestes atención a este sound. Desde the original, killer man al mando. Oh na na na.
Mira, soy un warrior, sonido legendario. Disfruto cada segundo cuando me subo al escenario. Tengo fuego en los labios, sigo cual mercenario. Pasos de gigante y cora revolucionario. Siento que es necesario, suena el reggae en los barrios, para que cale el mensaje y para salvar a los más sabios. Entre mi imaginario, que cheques bancarios. Si vienes con la mala vibra, mejor bro, cambia tu itinerario. Ya, 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 ya. Cuando ruge el león suena la música real. Venimos con el ya, 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 ya. Sonido de guión es el sonido original. Ya, 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 ya. Reggae de corazón es el que se hace en unidad. Ya, 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 ya. What time is it? De reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí. What time is it? De reventar el beat. Reggae music and the hit. Romperemos las barreras que crearon para ti, pues llegaron los señores y la paz de nuevo aquí.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.